Is it working? Okay, hi guys, and welcome back to some more To End All Wars, episode 19. We are now in 1917, early March, which means that it's now time to start our very own spring offensive. But before that, let me just see the last battles because I haven't played this game in quite a while and I completely forgot what happened. So we did got a small defeat there. Yeah, they really took us by surprise there. Let's hope that that won't happen. And then we got a series of successful victories with our assaults on the Western Front, including a victory by the American forces led by John J. Pershing right over there. And we're currently besieging wait, Saarbrücken. I believe that's how it's pronounced in German. You just have to pronounce it a little bit more angrier. Saarbrücken, maybe. I don't know. Just the German language stereotypes and stuff like that. I'm not saying that all Germans are angry, but the internet memes just say that all their language sounds like they're just really angry at one another. But I'm not saying that that's the case. Anyway, also managed to recover Al Riyadh here from the Ottomans like the 100th time. I don't even know why I keep bothering sending troops back and forth there. Also managed to occupy Baden, which is actually the first thing that is in actual German proper land, because up until this point we only captured like stuff that was previously French, the Alsace and Lorraine, and maybe a little bit over here with Thionville, but now we actually pushed into German proper. We also recovered these Greek territories except for Ridaya, which is a bit tougher to get. Let's try once again to attack it. And yeah, if I remember correctly, this I do read the comments, and someone told me that the reason why they do not switch to active offensive or they just keep playing on defensive mode is because they're not fully activated, and that's represented by the color of their envelope. And because, for example, yeah, it requires command points, so it has 25 command points and needs 24, and that means that it is capable of doing stuff. Actually, I don't really want to assault that place. Maybe offensive, but I don't really know what if that will work. I also like to maybe push for Constantinople, but that will leave Edirne open, so I'm not really up for doing that now. Also pushed over here from Mesopotamia, while we keep pushing from the south, from Jerusalem and Egypt and stuff like that. We are doing a lot of offensive and a lot of progress, but we also need to wait to replenish our units because, yeah, they're not on automatic replenishment. I guess that would have been way easier to deal with. Still, don't know what to do with Afghanistan over here. Should we actually bother to defeat them? Is it really worth it to actually bring more forces there? We did manage to recover Kuwait, so I'm happy with that. The colonial front is no longer an issue. We have everything that we could possibly need. We are still waiting for pack train number 1 over here to be ready so we can send the final American army on the Western Front. We're still defending shipments over here. We got a level 6 blockade in the Mediterranean blockade box, which will completely and entirely ruin the Austro-Hungarian and Ottoman Empire economy, which we can see that they're pretty much 79% rebel alignment. I don't know how they're still fighting considering this, but the thing is that basically we could keep the war even without making any progress. We could keep the war going at this current state and we would still win, just because we just have the rebels in Austria and Ottoman Empire just so high up. Austria will be the first to fall. Bulgaria is still doing well, and so is Germany, but they are also getting it, and we also have level 6 blockade in the northern Atlantic block, which is we keep shifting forces here and there to make we keep shifting out and in the Bernese fleet and the Grand Fleet, so we can make sure they have 100% cohesion while they enforcing the blockade. So we are doing over here where we try to maintain this Atlantic shipping box, which apparently keep taking more and more damage from these German submarines. The Germans are really pushing on their entire fleet over here, trying to like section off our supplies. And I don't really, that's a pretty intelligent move. I mean, I don't think it'll make much difference. That's what I wanted to say. So we did manage to finally come across this weird Bulgarian army. I have no idea what it's doing here, but with the French, you are hopefully going to defeat them as soon as they become activated. It actually has just enough points to attack. I guess it's just lazy for this turn. Anyway, I see that there's all these units that have like question mark things. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take two of these planes from these giant airplane detachments, and I'm going to get them. I'm going to deploy them around all over to over here. Not through there. Genius. My units are just absolute geniuses. But there you go. 26 days. That'll be a decent amount of time, but I really want to have more observation around here, and that German army is quite strong, and that Austro-Hungarian army as well. We might, we do have armies. The thing is that every time I try to move a certain army, some other army moves, and it just catches off guard. I also like to move this army forward, but I'm afraid that this army might come steamrolling over here. We are trying to make the final push for Vienna, and taking it over would be very beneficial, but until then we do have Graz and also another army over here, and we still don't know what actual forces they have over here. We are pushing in this French army over here so we can finally do our assault on Zagreb or Yagreb or however you want to pronounce it. And yeah, apart from that, everything should be pretty fine and stable. Let's go ahead, see if any units require replenishment. I did understand that some the replenishments work differently. Actually, there's no replenishment I can buy because I'm completely out of conscripts. I didn't thought that I would actually reach these points, but yeah, right now state funds are no longer a problem. We are gaining quite a lot of them, but we simply ran out of manpower, basically. Any research? No. Political options? Not. So we're pretty much doomed to, just do stuff. I don't know. Do we have any decisions that we could potentially take? Hmm. Well, since we have so much state funds, I suppose it's not going to be such a complete disaster if we build more munitions factory. They do not require conscripts to do so, and I don't know, maybe use some more gas. Um, the oh, alright. We haven't moved anything on the Western Front, so let's do that before we finally end our turn. So we have just all these armies that were still moving. They haven't stopped the general assault over there. We're besieging there. Do we have enough forces there? Yeah, we have enough. So if they try to attack us, although there are quite a lot of them all surrounding from different sides, we are reinforcing, but it is a bit scary considering how many things they have. Please have at the very least a defensive stance. You don't need to run away. I suppose I could push this army forward. That would be a bit rough. And actually, yeah, we could do that and move the American army forward. There you go. To fill in the gaps, and here this army to fill in the gaps there, and this army to fill in the gaps over here. So we are basically that every time I move a unit, I must move units behind them, so there's no empty gaps on our front lines. These places still have like this 35% and 10th alignment ever since we did that decision. Although I still have no idea what that does for us, but I'm not going to mind that much. Russia is going through some rough time, I believe. If we go and check out the, actually, these cities are doing quite well. But they are really going through a rough time over here. Like 71 rebel alignment is like the highest. They're only surpassed by the Austrians, and that's not something that you should be proud of. So yeah, let's just hope that they can resist at least one more year, and that should be fine. I suppose we can finish the war in one more year, but apart from that, all the front lines are completely stable. So basically, pretty much all of Serbia is occupied except for Belgrade. Well, not actually. There's also, although, isn't that? Oh, here's Montenegro. So yeah, pretty much everything except for like two cities and Belgrade is occupied. But hey, there's this army there, the Serbian army. I sure hope that they can do stuff. And we also keep moving this Greek army randomly around behind the front lines. It's so ridiculous. We definitely need to occupy Sofia and Constantinople as soon as possible, and also Vienna. Berlin will be way tougher not to crack, but hey, if all the other allies fall, I'm pretty sure that the Germans would give up as well. Anyway, I believe that's enough for this turn, so let's click next turn, and as always, we're going to wait on 100 years until we see their results. Actually, before I do that, no, there's no recruitment, so yeah. Alright, we're back, so let's see. Alright. Oh, that's a victory over here in Split, and we can finally see the difference between the French Western Army and the Bulgarian armies. That was a complete victory on our side. But the Germans are apparently bringing in more forces on the Western Front. Oh god, and on the Italian front as well. Will their manpower ever stop? Will the inflation just kill them all? Won't that work? Is that how it works? Oh, that unit is huge, but at least it's fixed for now. And we have a battle in Kaiserslautern. Did I say that correct? I have no idea, but yeah, John DP French. We are going to do this is the offensive that we started, but apparently they reinforced the place over there, and they have more power there. So we're going to use a more to prepare to withdraw deployment, and maybe that will work. All right, and it worked well for us. And apparently John J. Pershing was the one who claimed the final victory. And wow, look at those casualties. The casualties are surely mounting up as we fight deeper and deeper into actual German territory. And we're making progress on that siege over there. Lots of shifts along the front lines, and this battle is a complete rout. So whatever, just a giant wave of smoke. Another American victory. It still costed us more, but that was pretty good. So you keep obtaining victories after victories after victories. Oh, that's not what I expected. What the hell happened there? Where did that guys come from? Holy crap! And look, we have almost no cohesion at all. Well, this battle is going to get completely zerged. Oh, actually, yeah, so we did got defeated. Ooh, and what a defeat! But we did manage to like fight for a really long time. We managed to hold out for like a few 4 hours till we eventually got defeated. And the plane as always. And here we are back. So yeah, apparently the Germans do have way more forces than I initially expected, and that is why I didn't really support the idea of a general attack on the Western Front. I just did it, just for the giggles and just to get out of this tense atmosphere that the trench war has been for all these years. So yeah, there was all these attacks and victory. We did manage to obtain some victories, but not really enough. And that was just a giant defeat, and yeah, it did lowered our morale. But oh, yep, here we go. So the Russian Revolution has started in Russia, obviously. Decades of unrest compounded by the hardship and privations of the Great War led to the February Revolution. He was forced to abdicate, and the provisional government was formed, but that really didn't last long until the communists came and took power. So this will be an automatic check each turn, increasingly likely to occur once a rebel alignment in Russia reaches 70% or higher. So this is like the conditions to trigger it, and its effect each turn there is a chance equal to the current rebel alignment that the percentage in Russia to increase rebel alignment by 1%. That is really, really not cool. Yeah, so basically each turn there is a 74% chance that the rebel alignment will increase by 1%, and that is apart from the 1% that they get each turn from the war weariness, which is just splendid. So the Russians are pretty much going to. Oh, but look at that! Austro-Hungarian revolutions! Yay! This one happened way earlier than it was supposed to happen. Look at that. In the autumn of 1918, the dual monarchy of Austria-Hungary finally collapsed. And yeah, this pretty much led to the breakup of the Habsburg Empire and the treaty that followed up. So each turn is checked, and the higher chances once it reaches 80% or higher. And once the revolution becomes active, there's a percent per chance each turn. Oh, it's basically just like the Russian one. So even more rebels, which is just splendid. So the Russians and the Austrians are pretty much going to fall very shortly, which is good and bad at the same time. It's good because we are going to get rid of those pesky Austrians, but the Russians could have really still kept pouring on the Eastern front and keep, just kept at it. But apparently that won't be the case because, yeah, we're still moving over to here and we're gonna get the next turn. And I suppose we can start to keep pushing over here into deeper into Ottoman territory. And we're going to certainly push in with all the divisions, and also push in from behind to like cover them, and we're going to leave these guys in Jerusalem for now just to make sure that if anything bad happens we can fall back safely. Right over here we're still making progress on on this siege, but it's absolutely taking forever. I'm really tempted to just assault it, but I don't really believe we have enough forces to do so. Also like these guys to like go on offensive stance just to clear out these Bulgarians over here because they're just bugging me, just staying there and doing nothing. I'm going to move these guys over here because this city appears to be open and it's really not a point to stay in a enemy territory that is just empty. And will these guys have enough things to attack? It needs only 40, so that means that, wait, what? Is not activated. This stack receives 26 command points and needs 40 to operate at full efficiency. So I don't understand what's the problem. Or oh, it's that is the command point that is over there. So it's different from whether or not it's activated. Um, so how exactly do I know when it will activate? So I understand that the envelope says when it will become activated or not, but is there a timer or anything like that? I'm just so confused, but hey, I'm going to get these guys higher up over here. Obviously, you're going to use the railroads because otherwise it will just take way too long to go anywhere. This fleet is doing well with the blockade. So basically, each turn the Austrians are losing like 1% from the wariness, 2%, 95% to lose 2% from the blockade, and an extra 82% to lose 1% from the rebels. That is just going to make them collapse in like 4 turns, 4 or 5 turns at most. Alright, so this army is huge. How many of these guys can attack? These guys can attack. Okay, these guys can attack. Splendid. These guys can attack very well. And these guys, of course there's got to be ones that are just pushing it out of it. But hey, we still got these guys who are all willing to attack, so let's just move them all forward. They're going to arrive at different dates. That is definitely not something that I would really like to happen. Could you guys like synchronize movements? I really don't understand how these synchronized movements. Oh, it's an army stack and associated corps. So yeah, these are basically different armies, so that won't work. That is just less than ideal. Why would you go like that? Oh, it's because it's a river, right? And these guys do have bridges. These guys, and there's not the river there. So yeah, the bridges units are actually important. You know, I really did not talk about that. Breached, but still not really good enough to work with. There's no more units around here. They just vanished around here somewhere. I believe they might have withdraw, so I don't know, should we move this army? I guess we can push these guys forward, and we should move this army over here, with the risk of leaving this place open, you know, losing it won't be the end of the world. I'm going to move these guys over here so we can assault that place next turn, and then be free to advance on Vienne. And yeah, all these armies will currently stay on, you know, just go at the very least to be on a defensive posture in case the enemies are attacking and defend. That is a lot of armies over there. Let's hope that these Italians are way capable enough to do stuff. This army surely got defeated over here. But there are actually multiple armies. All of them were passive. Look at that. So that's why only one of our guys got engaged and got so badly pushed up, because all of these other armies were passive because they just lost a lot of cohesion in the assaults. So let's just at the very least put them to defensive posture, and you know, these guys as well. And you can wait for now and recover, there's no problem. You see there's that gigantic army. What are these Bulgarians doing here? This front line is getting really complicated and hard to see. So these guys are here, and these guys are here. Why are these guys still there? Can you just attack and get rid of them? I'm sick of them. Just kill them all. That sounds so uh, dramatic and at the same time so wrong. Let's recruit more units because that's always good. Let's start with the Americans because they shouldn't have like the least amount of units. Alright, that's some line infantry, some light infantry, and some cavalry, and that should be pretty much it for the United States. Do the Greeks have any reinforcement that they could use? Not really that much. So all that's left is for the French and the British army, and these guys are like, holy crap, look at that. These guys are surely needing some more reinforcements. Also, this unit, Battleship Squadron. Was this? Oh my god, this thing is actually finished. Holy crap, do you guys remember? This thing was in the building queue ever since the beginning of the war. And it finally got finished. These two things finally got finished. Look at that. Holy crap. Well, speaking about the slow progress on building ships, that was absolutely ridiculous. But hey, we got some other extra ships ready, and hopefully these guys will get ready shortly enough, so we can merge them up and move the final guys across the Atlantic. Yeah, we're moving this transport fleet, I suppose, or did it got like hit and they're like not doing good things properly? These armies over there are really bugging me off. Western Channel Patrol, just go in there and get rid of them. I don't care how, I don't care why, just do it and do it fast. So apart from that, everything is quite stable. There's not really much of an offensive that we can do. So vive la revolutions! I mean, both good things and bad things. So there we can fund more research, no problem. We have so much engagement points. I suppose we could attack and they just suffer so much freaking attrition while they get there. So I really don't know if there's any point. I mean, Afghanistan is really not going to do much in the sense of helping at the war. You know, let's just try once again and push these guys up. I really believe this is going to be a bad idea. We're going to go ahead and tell them to attack and push for Afghanistan. If they manage to do it, I'm going to be really happy. You know, it's just a one province country and we can take it out quite easily if my guys wouldn't be so bitchy about fighting in the harsh desert mountains that there is in Afghanistan. All these countries are currently being kept neutral with my diplomats. No, the thing is that I could try and force my luck on one of these these things, these countries, because you know they don't have the neutral modifier. The neutral modifier, the thing is that each turn they will move 1% towards neutrality. So even while my diplomat is keeping it in check, the thing is at the beginning, this neutrality factor would keep the this thing in check, so I could work a little bit more on these countries like Persia or Norway or even Mexico without worrying that much that you know they would get Sweden into the war too fast. All right, I don't suppose there's any grand concessions that we could use. We could use on the United States, but these guys are just so up for the war that they just don't really care. So let's use them on Arabia. We don't really want to lose these guys too soon. Should we? Do we have? We could use change government, but I really don't believe there's any country that really needs a change government. France really got their shit together after George Clement, so and it really costs like 5 national morale and engagement points. Is absolutely ridiculous. So their morale keeps dropping. That's always fine and dandy. We finally exceeded them in victory points, which is great. I suppose. I really don't know how we're actually going to win. Do we actually have to get our morale to 150? Because even if we capture Vienna, that will be 8 morale. Constantinople, that will be 10 more, and that will still won't be enough. Even if we capture Budapest, the only thing that will be left is to actually capture Berlin. Even that won't be enough to get it to 150. So I suppose it's going to go when if their morale is going to go below 5. Alright, fair enough. So that's pretty much it for this turn. I don't know, should we do any movements around here? Uh, oof, eh, uh, uh, uh. Not really that fancy. We could push these Americans over here, no problem. And this Corps d'Armée can go over here and reinforce. They can actually merge up, actually. But no, they're French, so, you know, parlez-vous français doesn't really meet up well with speaking English. Alright, that's pretty fair. So I suppose we are going to end this turn right over here and see what happens. And we are going to be 2 more turns left until the end. Revolutions. Let's see what these things will bring. Alright, back. Completely missed that one. Apparently, I was just, you know, watching TV and the processing got a little bit faster. And it was, but we did manage to obtain a victory in Kavala over here, where we ordered them to like start attacking because the Bulgarians over here were bugging me too much. Okay, I don't know why they have that Bulgarian general on the Western Front. Is he really that good that the Germans imported him from all the way to over there? Alright, the assault on Zagreb was a gigantic victory for the Italian and the French combined forces, and that's very good for us. And we actually managed to instantly occupy it, which is amazing! So hip hip hurrah for Zagreb! Croatia is now liberated from the Austrian oppression. All the people from Austria should know. And this costly victory just interrupted my speech, but all the people from Austria know that they're up to determine their fate, that the Entente are offering them a liberation, and a lot of empty words just like that. And even more Italian victories, look at that. And here we are back, so let me just take a small cut over here. Alright, now we are actually back, so yeah, another very interesting and successful turn that really doesn't really affect our national morale that much, even though we keep winning victories after victories. But yeah, we did manage to successfully occupy and liberate Zagreb, and we're going to get these guys to actually, we're going to let stop this guy's movement and have him stationed over here, as we don't really need any more to have them walk all the way there. And also going to tell these guys to keep moving that way. And this army, this really big army that lost a lot of forces, I'm not really sure what exactly is he doing there. So I'm going to draw them back over here, and it's apparently going to take them a long time. Can you do not synchronized movement? Force march? No. Can you take the rail back? It's really just one tile, so it won't work. We are making some progress on the siege of over here, on the siege of what's it called? I can't see because of yeah, there we go, on the siege of Graz. So we keep moving there, and we can actually tell, maybe we can tell these guys to we're not going to tell them to assault just yet. Once these guys arrive, we are going to take them by assault, maybe, hopefully. And I think I saw a random Austrian army around here somewhere, but that wasn't really a problem. So the X-Split got, we also managed to occupy X-Split, so now we can start pushing towards Mostar, and then from Mostar we can finally make it to Sarajevo. The Entente, we're actually going to liberate Sarajevo, which is kind of good, but at the same time, Sarajevo should have been liberated by like the Serbians to make it like a more fanatic kind of thing. But you know, you can't have everything you wished for. Alright, these guys are still not active. What the hell? Why are they so really not cooperating that much? I have no idea, but there must be something with not having enough command points. This tag receives. Why won't you activate? I cannot understand. And I don't think they can really attack with the just that. You know, just 16 days, really? Oh wow. I know you can scroll around by clicking the map, and it's like way faster. Anyway, oh look at that, the Romanian army around here. Haven't seen those in a while. That army is still over there blocking me from trying to like go on Constantinople. But I suppose we can maybe try an assault, or maybe not. These guys are not active either, so we're not going to assault Keshar La Fort anytime soon. We could bring these guys in for an assault. Maybe. And that would mean that we'll probably lose these things to the Bulgarians, but we did defeat them like twice, so you know, I'm going to go for it. 47 days, really. 33 days, wow. There's really not much I can do because the movement times are just so freaking long, it's ridiculous. Anyways, we are keep moving over to here. The next stop will be Haifa, and that one is apparently way better. Um, what's it called? It's way better defended over there. That's quite a substantial Ottoman force. Which means we might stagnate our front over here for a while, but it's not really the end of the world. We can still keep pushing from over here without any problem, actually. And we can maybe take them off from the behind. We did manage to obtain a victory over here, I believe. We are currently besieging Kabul, so Afghanistan will fall pretty shortly, no problem. Alright, I'm really out of ideas about what to do. Basically, I'm in such a good position that I could just wait it out. It's nothing that there's nothing that the central powers can do anymore. I could simply just wait it out until we win the war, but you know we really can't wait that much, and it would be better to like speed it up. So I think United States Army, how about assaulting this place? How you feel about that? Maybe these guys are really desperate. Look at that. I'm not desperate. They are really fanatics. So I'm going to order a general assault on what's it called? Strasbourg, Saarbrücken, 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 Saarbrücken. I don't know. It's totally breached, so it should be pretty easy to assault. These guys, maybe. Wait, which ones? Oh, these guys are moving. Okay, so you're going to reinforce them. That's no problem. Wow, did the American army suffer a lot of casualties? Oh, Jesus Christ, 1,825. Are any of those like bridges? Because you know there's a river here, and if they don't have like bridge units, we are pretty much safe, you know. I don't really know Germans. Can you any of you guys tell me? Is there? I see a balloon and Telegrafen and Feld Feldazaret. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds pretty scary. So, oof. Yeah, that's the army that we will need to take care of. Um, Phosphogen gas. Wait, the very first time is used. Oh, but we already used it like 3 times. So it's really funny because the chlorine gas we only used it like 2 times, so it still has this extra 25% cohesion. Um, an extra. So let's just gas them even more. Let's just gas them with chlorine gas. And I don't know, maybe phosphogen gas as well. We're just going to gas them up with stuff. It will really affect our national morale and also cost us some very really valuable points. But you know, let's just use it because we're not going to do much with them anyway. Research-wise, actually, I haven't checked it in a while. We are progressing slowly but steadily. They also got to level 3 tanks, and they are going to get to the next level of infantry before us, which means assault troops. That's a bit scary. The rebels are slowly but surely going rampant in Austria. They appear to have been kicked back a little bit in Russia, which is actually I haven't really expected that, and I'm actually very happy for them. If you can keep going up, Russia, I believe in you. You can hold that front. Wow, they really lost a lot. Look at that. Not really that much. I believe in the actual war, they lost a little bit more. Somewhat around here, maybe. I can't really remember exactly on the Eastern Front. But yeah, this has been pretty much it. Oh, we finally finished back the train. Finally, there we go. So we can get these guys merged up and we can finally sally these guys to the Atlantic. I mean, we can finally load them on the Atlantic Fleet and sally them to the Western Front. And this will be the final American army that will arrive. And after it arrives, we're going to use the... what's it called? These guys can return for now. And let's hope that this Cadre de Manche, wow, it's really taking a lot of damage. We're going to need to ship them out. But the thing is that the American fleet will arrive and we'll be able to properly defend our Atlantic shipping box without any problem now. Oh, they're surely sinking all these. Are they actually sinking? Support, neutral sentiment has moved. Kerensky, oh, as that. Yeah, merchant seeking. There you go. So yeah, they're surely forcing their stuff there, but we also have a new decision. Oh, that's a very good one. The Russian event must occur. That's a Russian moderate, Kerensky. Alexander Fyodorovich Kerensky served as the second prime minister of the Russian provisional government. Initially, he helped empower the new government, but his isolation of many socialist groups undermined his efforts and drove many into the arms of the radical Bolsheviks. Yeah, following the failed Kerensky offensive in summer 1917, he fled when Russia when the Bolsheviks staged a coup during the October Revolution. And look at that, he lived actually until 1970. 1970. Okay, so that's why the Russian alignment went a little bit upward, and even the Eastern Entente national morale raised a little bit. So that's pretty good and dandy. Um, I really have no idea what to do on the Western Front. I would attack, but I'm so scared that I'm going to just lose and everything will just go to nothingness. I'm really debating whether I should just wait for the revolutions to take their course and maybe just focus more on the getting Constantinople, Sofia, maybe Vienna, but and also how does the revolution work? So if the rebels reach like 100, literally 100% alignment in the central in the certain country, so basically 100% of the people there no longer support the war. Will that take the country out? Will is that how it works, or I sincerely have no idea. So I guess that'll be it for this turn. So we'll just have to click next turn and see what happens, you know. Oh, the planes should have arrived over here. Yeah, there you go. Really low cohesion, I have to say, but at least we can hopefully have a broader range to check out stuff. We can actually move them even closer and even have them take the rail. So we're going to move them closer. I'm going to go ahead and tell them to be passive for now, just to regain their cohesion. And then the Italian army will have a way better sightseeing about what's going on. Yeah, and apart from that, everything should be fine. This fleet is going well. I'm wondering if I should just sally out this giant Marius fleet into blockading over here. You need at least 12 naval enemy elements to blockade this zone. 12 naval elements. Does that mean 12 ships? And also massive amounts of sea mines. You know, just out of curiosity, I'm going to sell this not sell this fleet all the way to over here. You know, just to I'm going to like do something like really heroical, or maybe more like a for a show. I'm going to sell the British fleet right towards Constantinople, and maybe we'll scare them out of the war, having seen this gigantic fleet. Just you know, I'm even going to order like fleet bombardment. So yeah, it'll be pretty interesting to see what happens over there. And apart from that, we're stuck. Pretty, to be totally honest. Oh, let's buy them reinforcements. Not really much on the Italian front. The French ones are really the ones that really need a lot of reinforcements, and also the Americans suffered quite a lot of casualties. But they wouldn't reinforce, not really that much, or as much as I would expect. So there should be the British as well, right over there. So someone said something about the reinforcements, that I'm like reinforcing the wrong troops, but the thing is that if they require reinforcements, then I think it's pretty good that we give them, even if they're not like the first unit to receive them. Eventually, all of them are going to receive them. So yeah, support from war for war is decreasing. Who who would have thought? Oh, your master increase support. Not really doing much over here. Anyway, let's click next turn and see what happens. Alright, this time I'm prepared, not missing any battle, any event, any movement, anything at all. Okay. Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff happening. A lot of movements. A lot of trains. Oh my god, that giant army. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, we're blockading the things on the way. And we're also bombarding them? Or are they bombarding us? Oh, it's because of the landmines. Oh my god, we're taking so much damage. Holy crap, look at that, how many ships we're losing. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. And here we are back after one of the most uneventful turns ever. Right, so I believe we have enough time for this turn over here. Wow, something happened with that thing there. So yeah, we did manage to. Oh my good grief. Yes, we did manage to work our way with our fleet all the way to the Constantinople. But all those landmines were like, meh, maybe not. This is neutral or blocked in this scenario. So my fleet is pretty much broken right now, and I really need to get it out of here. And I'll probably lose it on the way back. It's going to take twice as long to get it back, which is just splendid. But yeah, never going to do that again. But we also managed to gain some really important intel, and that is that Constantinople is only guarded by like some militia. So if we can go ahead and attack that, we would be pretty good off. And finally, this unit can assault. So let's order these guys to go for a general assault, and let's order these guys with the risk of leaving Edirne open. And you know what? I'm going to actually go and tell these guys they won't get it there in just enough time, but I'm going to go ahead and tell these guys to move forward for Constantinople. If we can take that, that will be absolutely fantastic for us. In the meanwhile, this unit went like meh and decided to take a rest in the city. I don't really blame them, they just seem to never want to activate. While these guys are still moving over here, and they are 4 days away, and we're probably going to capture that city without any effort. French are still moving over there. Stuff is still happening there. I thought I ordered these things to go backwards, I believe. Ah, the Corpo di Cavalleria. Okay, you guys, get back over here. You don't want to be there. Trust me when I say that. 12 days, that's pretty good. And we also managed to get to level 2 siege, so that means that we're pretty safe to go for an assault there. Actually going to order all of my units to assault. All of my willing units to assault. And after assaulting this, there will be a clear way to Vienna. Or Vienne, depending on where you live and what language you're speaking. So yeah, we're pretty good, pretty well off, and we're probably going to take Vienna in a very short amount of time, which will also mean the fall of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. So let's try and move over here once again. Innsbruck, god damn it, Innsbruck, they sure have a lot of forces there. So let's see. Here's how I plan to do this. You guys, go on an offensive stance and move over here. You guys, go on an offensive stance, move to Innsbruck. You guys, go on an offensive stance or defensive, whatever, and move to Innsbruck. You guys, go over here and offensive stance, sure. And you guys, offensive stance, uh, the regular attack, and go to Salzburg. So this will be a complete general assault on the northern Italian front, which will actually get us into the southern Germany. We'll finally get into southern Germany, which will completely shift the armies around, as they will have to go and defend that. We did manage to assault Saarbrücken and actually took it without assaulting it, which is actually very fantastic of us. And yeah, we should be pretty much in a good shape to keep attacking. Maybe not. They sure have a lot of armies there. There we go, 104, the 470 something. That's not something that I would really be comfortable attacking or being attacked by. So we keep moving all my forces around here, slowly and steadily. I suppose we can get in more corps. We'll leave these corps there. They can stay there for now. Did we? Yes, we did arrive with our American units, the final American units. So let's go ahead, move them all the way up to here and use the railways. And then we can order the Atlantic Fleet to go ahead and defend over here. We can order Pac-Man's fleet, Pac-and-Ham's fleet, Pac-Man. Can order these guys to go and rest, and as soon as the American fleet arrives, we're also going to tell the Escadre de Manche to rest. So now we'll have a gigantic fleet that will be capable of defending the Atlantic shipping box. And hopefully we'll just demolish everything that's been left of those German Navy submarine stuff. Uh-huh. Over here, that's still that gigantic army. So let's. Oh, but they left Haifa. Look at that. So let's move these guys over there, along with these guys. And you could go on the very least an offensive stance. I mean defensive stance if you don't want to go for a full offensive stance. So how about all you guys just to move over there, including the Italian underdogs, and also the Portuguese could move up over here, and we can finally move these guys up over here, I suppose. Yeah, there's no risk from behind, and we're also besieging this place once again. So we can tell these guys, these British guys, to go ahead and assist. T.E. Lawrence, as famous as you are, and you will remain in history for leading the Arabian Revolution, I'm going to leave you there and, you know, just keep quiet and don't do anything stupid. Oh, wow, look at this. Is that a new event? Lenin, Vladimir Ilyich Lenin. Ah, that's an event. I think the Germans did this event. Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov, known as Lenin, was the leader of the Bolshevik Party in Russia and later the first premier of the Soviet Union when the Russian Revolution began. Lenin was still in exile in Switzerland, but German agents supplied Lenin with a safe passage through Germany and Scandinavia to return to St. Petersburg with the hope that his organizational prowess would help the Bolsheviks undermine the provisional governments and take Russia out of the war. So yeah, this all these events are really doing stuff. So now Vladimir Lenin is going to further increase the rebel alignment, and at the same time is going to decrease the national morale of the what's it called? Um, um, uh, national morale of the Eastern Entente. So yeah, that's pretty bad. But look at that, the morale for the Central Powers dropped down dramatically, and the rebels in Austria reached 90%. That is definitely good for us. And finally, the United States have their first 1% rebels. So the first voices against the war in the United States are starting to rise, but they're definitely way too far from anything even remotely close to what these other guys are. And I suppose we can grant concession in Japan as well. Alright, so stuff is going pretty well. I'm going to have to end this turn pretty quickly. I just wanted to check some final stuff around here and also buy the replenishments for the units. French, do you need any line infantry? Yeah, sure, just go crazy. Over here, no, maybe, right? No. Some French militias, I don't really think they need that much. So yeah, most of our units are pretty well replenished, and we're out of conscripts once again. I thought that we would receive way more conscripts with the United States. Yeah, we do get a lot of conscripts, but still, And they move this army over here, and this army over here is now um, it's now like locked. I guess it's because of the gas attacks, multiple gas attacks for that matter of fact. And yeah, Belgrade appears to be under siege, which is less than ideal. Hey, Goichamare. Interesting. Okay, so before I run out of recording space, let's click next turn, get this final turn out of the way, and we'll see what happens. Alright, here we are for the final blow. Basically, we have the assault on Graz with gigantic superior odds, but of course they are well entrenched and they also have a better leader, and yeah, it will be a bit harsh. We will probably suffer a lot of casualties, but with superior forces, we're probably going to take it. And there we go. Pretty much as expected, but it was better than initially expected, so I think that's pretty good. And we got defeated in Kabul. That's way. We had like twice the amount of forces. What the hell is going on there? God damn, we're probably never going to get it. We just need like way more stuff there. We now we're going to have another attack. So I guess that was an attack on the outskirts of the town. Now it's the actual assault. Yeah, there we go. This was a more proper assault, and yeah, they weren't really entrenched for some whatever reason. But we still suffered way more casualties. I guess it's because they, you know, they still try to defend, I suppose. Alright, the assault of Keshar Fort was successful, and we managed to take it by assault and actually capture it. That's very good for us. Uh-oh. To obtain a victory in Dalmatia, so we are pretty much liberating the entire coast. But why I said uh-oh is because there's the Afghanistan army just moved in on India, and that is really scary. A balanced deployment in a valley in Salzburg. Yet another Italian victory, not only an Italian victory, but with gigantic forces. And look at that! The German army was actually commanded by, or one of the commanders was actually the spy Matahari. Really interesting stuff. We're still only in the first week. Lots of victory in Rosenheim. Right, the wave assault in Innsbruck. Yet another victory by Cadorna. Yeah, look at that. That's the spy, Matahari. A French victory in Haifa. I'm pretty much just pointing what all the major events, but a lot of victories on all the front lines, basically, as we can see. And another battle in Innsbruck, but this time with superior forces, so a general assault. And yet another victory. Another victory in Rosenheim. So much death. Victory in Ronstar, and the final battle of Innsbruck. So because we sent 3 units, that's why there are 3 battles. And also managed to obtain a victory in Xanthi. Oh, it's like the unit that is where is that? I completely missed that one. And another battle in Salzburg. Oh, this one is going to be rough. Oh, where did they got those forces there? Eh. Oh well, it was still a victory. And here we are back once again. Alright, let me check if I have enough time. Oh, alright, that was a bit dramatic. I just ran out of recording space just to the last moment as I was watching it running out of recording space. But yeah, this has been one more turn, and yeah, it has been quite an eventful turn with victories across the entire front lines. We did manage to obtain these victories. We did manage to capture Wargle and this city over here, which I cannot see its name. We are currently besieging Innsbruck and Salzburg, which are pretty important city. With out of them, Salzburg is actually a city in more of the German land, or maybe not. I can't really see the frontier there. No, it's not. It's like this around here. So yeah, we're pretty much we still managed to capture this one. So the Italian army finally managed to reach the southern the southern German part of the front. We still managed to obtain a victory over here, but we're still besieging it. We hopefully managed to get our fleet out of there. Oh my god, that was really stupid of us. They did manage to capture Dharma once again, so let's just move these British guys and push them back. Really that long? God damn, with these rails destroyed, they simply don't do stuff properly now. Oh, we did manage to win this victory over here with this army that was going here. We did manage to obtain a victory in Keshar fort, so I'm going to go ahead and tell these guys to start advancing ASAP for Constantinople. If you manage to get these things now, we're going to be very well off. So let's move these guys as well to over here for extra manpower, and I'm also going to order the British army to start moving towards Graz. Or actually, I'm going to actually start order them to start moving towards over there. We're going to ignore Graz, or the British army is going to ignore Graz and go straight for Vienna. Just cut through the front line and occupy the capital, and that will be pretty good for us. And the Western Front is just a big jumbled up mess. So yeah, it's pretty well off. The this We can finally order the Escadre de Manche to rest for now, as the United States Atlantic Fleet is now properly defending the Atlantic shipping, and this is a bit embarrassing and stupid. So I'm going to order the detachments to come home so they can actually defend so we don't lose India to Afghanistan, just as ridiculous as that sounds. And yeah, apart from that, there's really not much else that we can do. We're still pushing around here slowly and steadily, and hopefully we can recover that army there. And yeah, this has been pretty much it. Yet another episode of To End All Wars. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. I sure have a lot of fun playing this game, and I'm hopefully going to finish this fairly shortly. The rebels in Russia are slowly going to go out of control, but so are those going to go in Austria, and actually the Austrian ones are going to go crazy quicker than the ones in what's it called? I forgot. Then the ones in Russia, and also the rebels in Ottoman Empire are not doing very well. And apart from that, everything is pretty fine and standard. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode. Leave a like and a favorite if you did. Helps out a lot, and I'll see you guys next time with whatever I wanna make. Anyway, see you next time. Bye bye.